So I think that we've all seen that commercial where a burger flies through the air and magically lands on a plane, perfectly aligned. Well, it's actually done with a dedicated rig, special software, and a high-speed camera. Now I wanted to recreate this the best way possible with some DIY stuff. But before we can throw a burger in the sky, we first need to prepare it. This right here is the Jib 1 from Edelkrone. First of all, a big thanks to them for sponsoring this episode, and we had a blast to work with this jib because it's really something special. Now at all time, you can click the first link in the description down below to learn more about it. Now, unlike traditional jibs, this one can be used motion controlled. That's right, you can control the jib with the Edelkrone app on your phone. They also have this very intuitive system which allows you to slant the jib arm. There are 9 different steps, making every movement possible, from the normal vertical jibbing all the way to a slider movement. Now, if you're familiar with Edelkrone, you know that any of their products can be paired together. Whether you choose to work with their Flex Tilt head, the Head 1 modules, or the Head Plus, it's all possible. And here comes the coolest thing. With your app, you can select Smart Pairing and it will actually recognize where you have these modules attached, and you can control everything together at the same time. If you like, you can use the app to control the jib, but you can also drag the system to any position when working with the Head Plus. Then save that point, drag it to a new position and save a new point. You can also take a screen grab of your camera to see which point has which framing. There is a speed and ramp control which you can adjust, and now you just press any position and it will go to there, opening up many possibilities. And of course, you can also manually control the jib. For some shots, I only programmed the head to a certain movement and I would control the jib by hand. Alright, we got the intro sequence, now let's bring the burger together, which is a vegan burger by the way, because I don't want to spill any meat. And yeah, I'm vegetarian, so I don't want to play around with meat. Anyways, we had set up an overhead pipe in the kitchen and underneath that a plate. The first thing that I had to figure out was how to let the burger fall on the plate without falling over. So that's why we attached this fishing wire from the pole and stick that to the plate. This wire goes straight through the burger, making it fall beautifully stacked on the plate. And this actually worked great. Together with an empty plane that we shot, we could mask out the fishing wire in post-production. But Janik had the ingenious idea to also film the burger coming together mid-air, just like in the commercial. Now this was not so easy. Starting in the studio, we first did some tests with a horizontal wire, which worked, but those wires would come all in front of the burger, making it very hard to remove. So that brought us to the next idea, which was to bring a wire through every single slice and tape it to a small cardboard piece. This way we were able to pull up every slice of the burger separately. When the camera rolled, I would let go of the floating slices and Lorenzo pulled up the bottom breads, making them come together in the middle. Now, the great thing about this was that at all time the wires were on top of each other, so they couldn't go anywhere and we were able to mask them out very easy. Plus, since we weren't cutting any wires, we could do it over and over again. The first time we did cut the wires, and then we figured out like, why are we cutting it? We can also just let it go. So you learn by doing, guys. And it was definitely needed that you could do it over and over again because timing was the hardest thing. Most of the time the burger came together too high. Eventually we did got the shot and we could have gotten a better result, but some parts of the burger were falling apart, so we called it a day. Anyways, the system works, and after masking out all of the wires, we got our own burger commercial. Vegan burger commercial. And that's so you can shoot some beautiful B-roll using the Edelkrone Jib 1 and throw a burger in the air. Thank you so much for watching, thank you Edelkrone for the support, and as always, stay creative. You know, playing around with that burger the entire day made me kind of lose an appetite for burgers. Vegan burgers. So So I thought it's the perfect diet. You know, if you like something really unhealthy, you just make a commercial of it. And believe me, you will lose your appetite for that food. I also really like pudding.